What's good, people? Today, we're going to be checking out some reels that are going around social media that might make you ask some questions. Let's get it started. Shout outs to everybody tuning in. But before we begin, this video was made for entertainment and educational purpose. What is that? It looks legit. It could be some, I don't know what that is. That looks weird. It does look like a fish, but maybe a pelican is trying to grub on some fish. I mean, I don't know. Or whatever the name of that bird is that be eating fishes. But it looks legit. I believe something's trying to eat that fish though. If the video would have been longer, we would have probably figured it out, but it's not.
This is the weirdest extinct animal ever discovered. Scientists have been trying to figure out what it is and what it's related to for decades. They call it the Tully monster, alive 300 million years ago. The Tully monster has some very strange and unique characteristics, like this trunk-like snout with the claw at the end. That's their mouth. It has 2 rows of teeth inside of it, and their eyes are on stalks that extend sideways. Those traits aren't seen on any other animal. So what is the Tully monster? For a long time, it was thought they were invertebrates, animals that don't have a backbone. But in 2016, scientists seemed to solve the mystery by identifying vertebrate characteristics using over 1,200 fossil specimens. Using what they found, it was determined that lampreys are probably their closest living relative, a type of jawless fish. But a lot of other scientists don't really agree with this classification and think there's a lot of evidence pointing to them being invertebrate, like they initially thought. So the Tully monster is still a huge mystery. This is the weirdest extinct animal ever.
Yeah, it is a weird animal, or it was. Don't think that's a cloud. Could be something else. Once again, video's too short to find out. Isn't this some sort of bird? Correct me if I'm wrong, and write down whatever it is at the comment section below. Man, for all we know, it could be one of them Chinese dragon kites. You know how they be having them dragon kites? If you guys haven't checked them out, YouTube it. I'm sure there's a video of it floating around somewhere.
This man found a place where anti-gravity exists. This man found...
Where I'm from, we call that strong winds. What type of teddy bears are those? You know, if that would have been me, they're getting burnt. It would be a must to get rid of them things. We just won't get along.
This 300-year-old Barbie is being introduced to his younger brother, Vinny. Barbie doesn't realize that Vinny is a toy. Barbie is wacky. This 300-year-old Barbie is...
Oh, man. It looked like a spider to me.
Okay. The smile room.
The smile room.
Are you ready to smile in here?
That's creepy as hell.
The smile room. If I was gonna picture a smile room, it would be nothing like this.
This would not be the entrance to it.
You smiling yet?
You know, these people get a kick out of going into abandoned buildings and homes. That is just, I guess, could be creepy. I mean, going into a building or a home, not knowing what you're gonna find in there. There could always be homeless people. If this is true, that's dirty. Why would you want to go use your neighbor's tub? Come on, man.
It opened up in the 1800s as a segregated mental asylum. I wonder what this room was used for. Many reports of abuse were made here over the years. It shut down in the 1990s after 6 patients were found dead.
Man, don't want to know what went on in there. Didn't look fun at all. It was close in the 1990s. Wow, almost 30 years ago. Is that what it's called? A hell doll? Nah, I'll pass on that.
This might look like a pretty location. It's actually not. On the trail I discovered these weird eggs and this creepy rock. I touched it. Now my eyes are changing every day. Pretty right. I will look like this in 3050. This might look like...
Dude said I look like that in 3050. You're looking too far ahead, bro. he said something about waking up and realizing that your family isn't home. I don't know about you guys out there, but when I was a pup, I would love it when I would be left home alone. Sometimes I would even fake being sick because I didn't want to go to whatever field trip or whose ever house they were visiting. I just wanted to stay home and chill. That's the reason why there's a bat right next to my bed. I mean, ain't no time was gonna happen to me, but somebody's gonna get introduced to the bat.
This video was uploaded by YouTuber D's Dark Adventures. A man in a neighborhood watch is called to check out a strange man at the end of their cul-de-sac. This is what he came across. Creepy, right? What do you think he was doing there? This video was uploaded.
Don't know and don't want to find out. Hit. This dude got hit. That's what it looks like. A humanoid figure. But as we all know it, man can fly nowadays.
Holy shit! What the hell is that?
What is happening?
It's moving fast. It's crazy. That scared me.
Scared me.
I don't know about that being a local sun, but that is a bright light. I don't know what them people are playing with now, but it was bright.
Head of the Sphinx is way too small in relation to the body. It looks like the head of a pin. It doesn't fit with that 270 foot long, 70 foot high body. It looks very much as though the Sphinx once had a much larger head. The first problem is the ancient Egyptians were masters of proportion. The ancient Egyptian art is rightly world famous for its quality, and they didn't get things out of proportion. They wouldn't make that elementary error when they create this giant statue, carving it out of solid bedrock. Egyptology claims that's the face of Khafre, who was the successor to Khufu. It doesn't look like any known statues of Khafre that I can see. We all feel that the Sphinx was almost certainly a complete lion at one point. It was a lion with a huge mane, and that head sticking up above the plateau got very heavily eroded, and by the time the ancient Egyptians inherited it, they decided to improve it a little bit, to cut down that heavily eroded head and put the head of a pharaoh on it. Head of the Sphinx is way too small.
Interesting. Never paid attention to that, but I could dig into it, see what's up, but makes sense. The head does look little compared to the body.
Have you seen the theory about clocks?
No.
So when you look at a clock, it looks pretty normal. You never think anything of it. But what if I told you there's actually a really dark theory behind the idea of a clock?
What?
Right? You go across the clock, across the way, you see like 11 and 1. it equals 12. 10 and 2 equals 12. 9 and 3 equals 12. 8 and 4 equals 12. 7 and 5 equals 12. And then 6 plus 6 equals 12. They all equal 12.
Wait, what does that mean though?
Well, also think about this. When you go diagonally and look at the numbers and you subtract it, like 12 minus 6 equals 6. 11 minus 5 equals 6. 10 minus 4 equals 6.
Wait, what is going on?
But wait, if you look at this a different way too, if you look across, 12 plus 1 equals 13. 11 and 2 equals 13. 10 and 3 equals 13. 9 and 4 equals 13. It all equals 13.
So what's the theory?
You look at all the numbers, right? It's just weird how you go different formulations and they all equal the same.
That's actually kind of scary.
I don't really want to get into like the exact thing that I saw, but it is weird how everything, equals the same. Comment if you guys know what that is.
Dude,
I don't know. I don't want to say.
That like gave me chills just looking.
Did you hear that the deadliest creature on Earth hides in this lake surrounded by nuclear waste?
No way. Yo, check this out.
Lake Ladoga is one of the most dangerous places on the planet. In 1960, a nuclear power plant was built next to the lake. This plant operated for 29 years before being closed in the late 1990s. During its operation, all the waste was dumped in Lake Ladoga, making its waters extremely polluted. One day, Leo Martin, a professional diver, wanted to explore the mysterious depths of this lake. However, his exploration ended in disaster, which explains why no one dared to venture into the lake. Since then, he has equipped himself with anti-radioactive diving equipment and had the good idea to take a GoPro once underwater. He noticed that many fish had a lateral shape, some had an additional fin, and others had 2 heads. After 20 minutes, he saw something terrifying underneath him, a giant mutant eel, but he could not see the true size of the creature. He went deeper to try to film it. Then a terrible drama took place. The huge 15M eel came out of the dark and began to tear Leo apart, the living devourer. Leo's GoPro was miraculously recovered from the lake, and the images are almost intact. The video is way too traumatic to be shown on TikTok, but if you want to see it, click on share then more than photos. Did you hear?
First time hearing about this. But a GoPro in 1990. Were they out back then? I think not, but could be wrong.
The scariest conspiracy theories.
Historians and researchers believe that Atlantis was a real place, a highly advanced society with impressive technology and culture. The ancient Greek philosopher Plato wrote about Atlantis in his dialogues, describing it as a powerful kingdom that existed around 9,000 years before his time. According to the legend, the city was situated on an island in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean and was destroyed by natural disasters and catastrophes. There have been numerous archaeological discoveries and ancient texts that suggest the existence of a lost civilization with advanced knowledge of mathematics, astronomy, and engineering. Some of these artifacts date back to the same period when Atlantis was said to have flourished. There is also many geographic and geological features that could match the description of Atlantis in Plato's account. So what do you think?
The city, or the lost city of Atlantis. How many of you viewers are into Atlantis, the Atlantis theory? The lost city.
Make music for a purpose.
It is music that by even the act of listening to it, you are participating in a satanic ritual.
Did you know Taylor Swift has an identical twin? She was also a singer. Her name is Zena LaVey. Some know her better as one of the spokeswomen for the Satanic Church. Now, that video was how Zena expresses her music, but it makes you think, why does Taylor Swift have demonic-looking rituals at her concerts? Are they connected? Follow and like for part 2.
Make music.
I wouldn't doubt it. But then again, what do I know?
Now, here's a scary theory. What if the pyramids are more taller than we actually see?
That one's gonna be tough to find out. You can't be digging around restricted areas. They just won't allow it. What was Nikki doing with the Pope? was bad. He had a little fountain without an electric pump. Didn't need no batteries for it. Nice. That will be the last clip of the day. It's about that time for me to clock out. But don't forget to like, subscribe, share the video with your friends and fam. And I'll see you on the next one.